Good Tuesday morning to you. Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and this is your outlook for July 1st, 2014. That's right, July 1st. Welcome to July, and it's been a up and down month for the month of June, but for the most part, in most of our area, we finished above normal precipitation, or excuse me, above normal temperatures, where temperatures slightly above normal like we expected. So far as the summer outlook is concerned, we are on the money. And it looks like that's going to continue for the month of July here. We're going to start off here on the hot side over the next couple of days, both today and tomorrow, and well above normal temperatures. One thing we're going to have today with the high pressure that was over our area this weekend, that it is now well off to the southeastern U.S. coastline, so that's or off the eastern seaboard, I should say, down in this direction here. So that has allowed winds to shift for the south-southwest, and it's going to get the heat and humidity really cranking today and tomorrow. So temperatures over a very large area getting to near 90 degrees today, and then into the lower 90s, maybe even lower to mid-90s in some places as we head into your day on Wednesday. Do have an isolated thunderstorm. This is actually looking at later on Tuesday. Light isolated thunderstorm possible for western areas here, but not a big deal. So we did leave that in the forecast. As we get into Wednesday, I think you're going to get a more scattered chance of showers and thunderstorms. There's actually a cold front that's sitting back here further like this, and then this is along a prefrontal trough out in front of here. So out in front of the frontal boundary here, there's going to be a prefrontal trough that's going to fire some scattered showers and thunderstorms later Wednesday, and this is going to be a heat breaker. Some of these storms will be a little bit rough on the rough side here, have the potential to be strong. So go over to the NAM here. It does show these showers and thunderstorms. This is actually Wednesday evening. And as we go to the next frame here, next couple frames here, you can see those congeals in some line segments of some strong storms over mainly eastern PA and New Jersey. So we will have to keep an eye on that. Taking a look at the soundings, this is out of Reading at actually, let's see what time it says here. This is Reading, Pennsylvania, and this is 5 p.m. On Wednesday here, and it's some very, very impressive instability on this sounding. I mean, look how deep this is. This is insane. So at least for this area here, so very a lot of instability to work with. That's going to be on Wednesday here, and a lot of this is mixed layer instability too. So a little bit over about 2,500 joules per kilogram of mixed layer instability, which is very high, and of course your shear is adequate. So we will be looking at with high precipitable water values in place. We're looking at an opportunity for some very heavy rainfall and gusty straight line wind damage as being the primary threats from these storms. The only inhibitor that would make this more of an isolated threat would be if we had some early cloud cover on Wednesday. It is a possibility. We'll have to monitor that, see how that goes, and it'll be, of course, like as most severe weather as an 11th hour call the day of. But right now, it's going to be like light a match, and it sets these off. It's really not going to be hard to get this going with this much instability in place. A lot of lightning on with these storms, it looks like, on Wednesday as well. So more isolated for western areas Tuesday, more scattered and for eastern areas, eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey, Delaware on Wednesday. And then I think Thursday we're going to get into some more scattered showers and thunderstorms. And these are ones going to be producing mostly heavy rain, but we're going to be the severe threat once again. Here's a look at Thursday. See the heavy rain showing over much of our area here on Thursday evening, but again we'll have that severe threat to contend with. One thing entering the picture at this point is what should be at this time Tropical Storm Arthur. It should be a first named storm of this season. Now there's different tracks of this system here, and a lot of disagreement with the models here. The models really don't have a good handle on this yet. Some are strengthening it more than others, earlier than others, and some are bringing it a little bit over land, over eastern North Carolina, some keeping it a little bit further out. This particular model here takes this up in this direction here and out here, but it is close enough at this point to bring impacts of rain here to these areas right here that I'm circling. So of course this would be on Friday. It would be probably earlier Friday than later, probably improving as you get later in the day. You might get clear out for everywhere for fireworks on Friday evening. But here's a look at the GFS, same thing, but it's a little bit further north, and it does track before it does this. As it comes up the coastline, it does track right over land here before getting this point. Of course, that would keep it weaker if it did so. But we do think our official track, which I'll show you in a minute, does keep it away from land. It does not have it making landfall anywhere, kind of like a track just like this, to the point where it would miss land completely. and then head off out like this in this direction as the cold front picks it up. So we're not looking at anything too bad as far as impacts in our area here from this tropical system. And here's a look at the Canadian. This is actually looking a little bit, showing this even further southeast. But we like the idea of the track here. See how it's staying to the south, and with this system, it's not really developing it too much here, but at the same time, it does keep it on a further south track. I do think with time, you're going to see a track that's going to be more favorable like this, more offshore at this point, and less impacts to this region. But for right now, our official call on this system looks like this is from our Siberian Tropics page. Of course, the cold front is going to be a big factor on this trough axis. Is going to be a big factor on what happens with this system here. Currently, it's sitting just off the coast of Florida. It's going to meander there for the next 24 hours or so before making its turn to the northwest, and then eventually the northeast is picked up by this frontal boundary. It becomes a tropical storm. We think it'll be on Thursday evening. It'll be a tropical storm in this position near the North Carolina and South Carolina border, near just basically due east of Myrtle Beach, and then head up to again just east, not making landfall, just east of the Outer Banks, North Carolina here by Friday morning. Still is a strong tropical storm at this point, and we forecast to do a very minimal Category 1 hurricane possible by the time it gets at its closest point to Delaware, New Jersey. But this will be far enough away, we think we'll have very minimal impacts to this area. And then, of course, as it gets picked up by this cold front and races off rapidly to the northeast, we expect a lot of weakening with this. For the impacts for this particular system, if you want to take a look at that, you can look at that on our Severe Tropics page. It'll zoom into an area locally for our area to see what the impacts would be from that system and what we expect. Going back to the models now, we're going to take a look at after this system moves away here and takes off rapidly to the northeast here. We got high pressure moving in for later Friday through the weekend. So it's going to be a fantastic weekend once again. And I've really lost count here. I don't know if we're up to 7 or 8 consecutive weekends. I think this is 8 now. 8 consecutive weekends of very nice weather with low humidity and near normal temperature for this time of year. So once again, a great weekend coming up, it looks like. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchich. That is your outlook for July 1st, 2014. Have a great Tuesday.